Okay. Hi, guys. Okay, so I'm coming on here because I want to share something with you all. Once again, there's something that's pressing on my heart and my mind that I want to share with you all. And I really hope and pray that this will be very impactful for some people. So, as we all know, 2023 is quickly coming to an end. And one thing that I've been thinking about a lot, that I've seen for a long time, and that is gift giving. So during Christmas, of course, for those of you that celebrate Christmas, typically tradition would be we give each other, our loved ones, friends, gifts. And there's nothing wrong at all with gift giving, receiving. But for me, this year, and just in general, how I've been feeling is I've seen so many people give and give and give and pour themselves into other things, into other people, like work. You pour and you give so much of yourself to your boss, to the corporation you're working for, the company you're working for. And it just never seems or feels like you are recognized or truly appreciated. And also in relationships, getting stuck in very, very one-sided, self-centered relationships where you find yourself constantly trying to be the person that makes things work, or wanting to pour and give into someone else, and that's just never reciprocated. I have these thoughts because I feel like for the end of this year and moving into 2024, I want to encourage you all, and I am setting these standards, and I am going to give myself, and I want to encourage everyone to gift yourself the love, the acceptance, the gift that you are always pouring into other people. And I think that there's a lot of times too where we find ourselves, where people find themselves in situations where they have a void in their own life and they try to find someone else to fill that void in themselves, whether it's time, whether it's validation, whether it's peace, whether it's love, attention, company, companionship. It could be a plethora of different things. I think that we need to become ourselves what we are looking from others to fill in ourselves. I think that it's really important to not necessarily look for the right person, but I think that you have to focus on being the right person, first and foremost for yourself. Because what I've seen so many times is that people are setting these, I don't want to say unrealistic standards, but sometimes they are, but people will set these standards that they expect from another person, but they themselves don't feel and they don't have those standards for themselves. And you cannot go into any dynamic, any relationship, any friendship where you are expecting someone to act a certain way or operate a certain way when you can't offer those same things. You know, like you would never go to a job and meeting the standards, like you have to meet certain criteria to work for a job, otherwise they just won't hire you. And for job descriptions, job obligations, and prerequisites and all of that in order to be able to attain a certain role. And I feel like so many times people end up in unhealthy or toxic situations because they're looking for something in someone that they themselves don't have. And they expect the other person to fill something that is empty or missing in their life. And the amount of pressure that puts on another person it's not fair. It's not, from my beliefs as a Christian, it's not godly. We first have to become whole within ourselves before you involve someone else in your life. Because too many times I see people saying that, oh, I'm looking for someone that will complete me. And I'm looking for someone to be my peace. And I think that there's a very, very common misconception with that, in the sense of you have to be whole, an entirely whole person. Not saying you have to be perfect, because none of us are, but we should not put that pressure on another person to make us whole. You know, we don't have to be 100% healed, but I think that there's definitely certain degrees and different levels of trauma and baggage and healing that needs to happen before involving someone else in your life. And of course, there's always going to be certain things that you have to work through together. It's going to be never ending. But at the same time, a person shouldn't make you whole. A person should complement you. A person can't live under the standards of constantly being someone's peace when you have to be and provide peace for yourself. You have to find peace through God in order to maintain peace in the relationship. Because what ends up happening is, as soon as there's a disagreement, or as soon as one or both people are having an off day, then if one person is solely relying on the other person to fulfill their peace, then that disrupts the whole entire dynamic. Instead of there being a level of having empathy and understanding, forgiveness and compassion for yourself, for the other person, and for the entire relationship as a whole. And I'm not even referring to just romantic relationships. I'm talking about friends. I'm talking about coworkers. I'm talking about family members. Like, it all comes back to taking ownership and radical accountability for ourselves, and having the level of peace of mind. And really, it comes down to emotional and mental maturity, of being able to be the person that takes the height, that takes the lead and takes radical accountability for themselves. So I just want to really encourage everyone going into 2024 to really focus on gifting yourself the love, the acceptance, the peace, the joy, all of that, the validation. Give that to yourself, because you truly deserve that. And I think that we are so lost within ourselves that we look to fill voids in other people, when we need to do that for ourselves. Because putting so much pressure on the other person is just, it's just too much pressure. It's where one person was not ever created to have to constantly be the void filler. And there's a natural flow. What's healthy is when it's a give and take dynamic. But when it's constantly just give me, pour into me, it's very, your cup will be completely emptied, your battery will be completely dead. And unless if you find people and surround yourself with people that pour into you, and also, you give and bless and gift yourself with those things as well. So that's my encouragement, and that's what I want to share for the end, or as we are ending this year. So I love you guys, and I hope that this helps.